Hey YouTube, we're here with the Sig Rascal. Just added some flaps today. They're split flaps because it was so much work to add the ailerons that I said, yeah, not doing that. And you'll notice I got crow set up. Notice the ailerons go up in a spoiler configuration or spoileron configuration. And then trying to get this so you can see both at the same time. Obviously the ailerons have differential, which is nice. And then this is the full landing setting, which is going to be crazy. I'm assuming I'm going to have to dial it back a little bit, but I just wanted to show you the maximum throw and everything. And then I have this setting in here for an O-crap setting like I usually do, which just throws the flaps down. It doesn't mess with the ailerons at all. That's my gear switch. At like a 10-second deployment delay. And as you can see, I've just got this. It's a 9-gram servo, Metal Gear servo. Just turns a single wire that's been bent and then bent back up and back over, and it's been just taped and glued together. This is actually just cardboard. It's kind of cheap looking, but at some point I might cover it with monocoat. But either way, I wanted to show you that real quick. And then of course I had to machine out lots of material here in this brace between the fuselage and where the servo cavity is. These are the original servos that came with this plane. So just tons of modifications. Oh, and then I just redid these landing gear the other day. I wanted to show you that real quick too. Sorry, it's kind of tied up a little funny here, but I built these struts here that will actually pull out, and the only reason they're not is because I have this taped, but you can see the whole thing will slide out, which is really nice if you have a nasty accident or something. And that only allows the wheels to go forward. See, if they go backward, then we're braced really well, and it just keeps this plane tracking straight. You notice we have a little bit of a in tow or toe in here, which is going to help keep the plane going straight. If you tow out, one of them is going to fail and it's going to yank off to the side as you're taxiing. And so that made a vast improvement. And then I don't know if you guys have problems with this, but I do. I used a little bushing material in there to help stop binding front and back. It's actually a fiberglass, plastic-ish type of material that's designed for you know, like on your garden material. It's like that wavy stuff for roofs or translucent roofs. But this is actually just tape, and I painted it white. So we'll see how that goes. I do kind of like the decorative cowl that went around the wheels, so I may end up figuring out a way to get that back on there. And yes, I was smacking a mosquito and cracked the monocoat, but it didn't crack the wood underneath. Not exactly sure how that worked, but they were attacking me viciously the other day while I was flying, and stupidly I smacked them while I was about 4 feet from the ground. I crashed in the ground. So real quick, we'll show you what that looks like one more time. We got the O-crap setting, and then we have the regular conventional setting. And basically what happens is, if I move this, it doesn't do anything. It overrules whatever setting the flaps would have been in, and the flaperons respond exactly the same as what they would have, regardless of the gear switch, which is my oh crap setting. So basically, if I'm coming in for a landing and I'm like, oh crap, I'm too close to the ground, this thing is gonna loft, because that doesn't tie into the elevator at all, whereas this will. It's hard to see because there's not very much throw, but there's distinctly throw there. And it would take an entire video to show you how this works, but I can show you the 10,000 foot view real quick. Differentials on, depending on my flap position. Of course, I have a throttle cut. I always do a throttle cut. The flap system is set up as such, and that's got a 10-second delay. And then watch this ridiculous mixing, guys. Got the aileron and rudder tied together. When I'm in the full flap setting, then I actually shut off my tie to the rudder so that I can come in for a landing without rolling the aircraft with the rudder. 45% tie there. And then auxiliary one, both directions and an offset. That's how I get the massive throw. And then same thing here, a little bit more. Same thing here, a little bit more, and you're thinking, geez, that's ridiculous. Well, you got to get all the throw you want. So, and then also I have the gear set up to 150% up and down. So I've had to do that before, but luckily I have the DX18, so I have enough enough mixes here. I think I have 18 mixes. So, and when I disable that, I disable it with the O crap switch. So it works pretty sharp so far. We'll see how it works in real life. And then this is my O crap setting. Basically, I maximize the offset, and then you can see what happens right away. The gear channel, which is what's tied to the actual flaps there. And then under normal flap conditions, it just rules it out if I have this on. Doesn't matter what I do. So it's good then. Oh, and I had to do 2 of those as well, just to get that to go all the way down there. But anyway, guys, that's how that looks. And if you're wondering how I do it so that I can get the crow in there, I'm sure there's some like really easy setting, but I haven't figured it out yet. So I come into the aircraft type and I set it to flaperons. That's it. And then basically I set up my flaperons to do what I want, and then I tie whatever channel I end up using for the flap mechanism to the flaps, not to the aileron left or the aileron right, because then this would actually move when you move your ailerons. You have to tie it to the flap setting. So thanks for watching, guys. This thing's gonna be cool. I'll get a flight video up soon. I've had a ton of good flights, so you guys can enjoy it with me the next time. And real quick, wanted to show this to you. I've got a 10.45 slow flight prop on there. Really good, lots of torque. The 10.7 was just too much speed. It was flying like a maniac all the time. And I still have some vibration, which is really annoying. Not sure if maybe my the prop holder with Call It is a little bit off, but it is a Hobby King thing, so I guess sometimes I'll loosen this and then I'll run the throttle up and it will kind of self-center, and then I can retighten it. I haven't tried balancing it with tape on one side and see if there's an improvement, so on and so forth. So that might be something I'll do, but I don't think it's actually that. I think it might be just a little bit of the way the shaft adapts onto the prop saver on this, because it's actually a very thin threaded shaft on this motor. So, but it's a weird motor in terms of the mount, because you got to get it in there, and then I have an access screw, and then I can undo those access, and then this whole thing falls out and I can work on it. So anyway, guys, thanks for enjoying this Rascal modification with me. Like I said, at some point we're gonna maybe possibly re-monocoat this whole wing. It's gonna be a huge pain in the butt, but if I do that, at that point I'll go ahead and take these and turn them into something that looks a little bit better, maybe not cardboard. But either way, keep watching for those mods, guys, and I'll have a flight video up here posted in the next couple of days if we get good weather. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.